We think the homers will continue to come for the Atlanta Braves against the Chicago White Sox. I'm Zach Blackerby. He's Ben Taylor with Braves Today and BravesToday.com. And we've got three bold predictions for the series that starts tonight. First things first, Ben, we believe and are predicting that a Brave, or maybe more than one,
possibly more than one,
will have a multi-home run game this series. Your thoughts?
I say one at least. And the reason being is because the guys that are swinging the bat really well right now, Olsen is, Acuna is, Murphy, Harris Jr. is a name that I would like to throw out there. A lot of people were thinking he's been hitting the ball really hard. He's just got nothing to show for it. So now they get to go back home. He gets the friendly confines of Truist. But the one guy that really sticks out of my mind, and he's done it already this year once, is Austin Riley. He ended the first half of the season with 3 hits in that final game, even though they lost. He got a hit in the All-Star game. He's seeing the ball well. Maybe he's coming out of that little mini slump that he had towards the end of the first half of the season. He loves playing at home. So he's a guy that I picked to be the one guy that does it. But then again, you never can tell because Acuna may lead off the game with one, and then he's going to get 4 extra tries before the day's over with.
That's right. That's right. I'll throw out, I'll be specific, and I'll say Matt Olson. I think he's just got a chance to pop at any moment. He could be fired up from, the All-Star situation from this past week, and he wants to keep it going. Maybe he's a little more warmed up than the rest of the team, even though almost all the Atlanta Braves went to the All-Star game. But yes, that is our first bold prediction, that an Atlanta Brave will have a multiple home run game this series. Our second bold prediction, Luis Robert. He is the most explosive bit of offense on this kind of below average. Is that a nice way to say it? Below average.
Is there a nice way to call somebody below average?
White Sox team. We're saying no homers for him over the next 3 games.
He leads their team with 26 home runs. That's third in the majors, not in the American League. That's third in the majors with 26 home runs. And he's only got 37 RBIs. So the good news is even if he does hit a home run and proves us wrong, he's been doing it with just nobody on base because nobody in front of him is hitting. So he may get pitches to hit just because they may be looking for an out, and he may park one. He was in the home run contest. Mm-hmm. However, I just think that the Braves, with the pitching that they are set to send up there, he may get one on Sunday, but I think he gets held homeless. I think he'll be pressing a little bit. Plus, think that he falls into that category like every other hitter. As soon as you come off being in the home run derby, you have really big eyes for a ball that's not going 75 miles an hour and has zero movement on it, and you don't do very well.
Well, there's a belief that it throws your timing off, right? Yes. Isn't that a thing?
Timing / fundamentals. I mean, you're used to swinging the exact same way in the cage over and over and over and off the tee whenever you're practicing, just fundamentals. And then you get in there in the home run contest, everything's out the window. You're trying to swing out of your shoes to hit the ball as far as you can. I think that habit continues for him. I don't think he gets to number 27 and he goes homerless for the 3 games in Atlanta.
I like it. I certainly like it. All right. Our final bold prediction means good news for all Atlanta fans. That in a moment. But first things first, Ben, we got to shout out our sponsor here at Braves Today. Shout out to our friends Ford Stokes. He's the founder and president of Active Wealth and the host of the Active Wealth Show on AM 920, The Answer, and also author of the informative book that I have right here, Annuity 360. And the best part is Ford wants to give this book to all of you, every single Braves fan. Of course, his book, Annuity 360. And all you have to do is visit annuity360.net, provide your contact info, and Ford will send you the book. It's absolutely free. I got one, Ben. I'm a lot smarter because of it. And look, I mean, Ford knows what he's doing. They're registered investment advisor, Brookstone Capital Management. They manage a remarkable $8.5 billion. As you've pointed out, that is with a B, in assets. And that's the kind of stability you want in your financial journey. Active Wealth Management. They have offices located all throughout the state of Georgia. Be sure to check them out. And don't forget to mention Braves Today for that special discount when you reach out to them. Thank you so much, Ford. And thank you so much for everything that Active Wealth Management does for this show. Ben, our final bold prediction: the Atlanta Braves will sweep the Chicago White Sox.
This is probably the least bold prediction of the 3 boldest predictions, which is saying something considering that I'm even said that we may have 2 teammates that hit 2 home runs apiece in one game before it's all said and done. So that just lets you know how this is the least bold of all of it. And the reason being is because the White Sox have lost 7 of 10 heading into the All-Star break. The Braves are 17 of their last 20 heading into the All-Star break. So the Braves didn't really get a lot of time off. Those other guys got an entire week off. The Braves,
you're right.
Got to go to the All-Star game, got to stay traveling. You even saw some social media. The team even got together to watch the All-Star game to see their guys, and then they went and did like lake activities. So they didn't just sit around and twiddle their thumbs. And now it's time to get back to business. So I do think that they sweep. I don't say that a lot. I'm not a big sweep guy. I'm usually a 2 or 3 just because
it's hard.
We are throwing a young guy on day 3, so we shall see. But still, I think just these guys give up a lot of runs, and they're giving up more. Their ERA is higher than what the amount of runs that they put on the board per game. That's never good. So
no, it's not.
They're close to 5 in ERA, and they're just over 4 in runs scored. So that math doesn't even out. And so that's the reason I'm going with the sweep, because we talked about Robert and him possibly getting a home run, but right now he seems to be the only one that's doing anything as far as from the plate is concerned for the White Sox.
Does this series feel at all like Oakland? When we went to Oakland?
That
almost was a sweep the other way. Thank goodness we won one.
Yeah, that will be the albatross around the Braves' necks for a while, just because think of what could have been. But then again, you never know within the locker room if that could have been a big turnaround period. I told you, I am a firm believer in travel woes. They left late that night. They had to play they didn't arrive till 6 a.m. and then had to play later that afternoon. So, and according to Jeff Francoeur, he says that affects the team for 2 straight days, and that's the 2 they lost. And then they won. So, it doesn't have the same feel as the A's, but every time we play somebody that's in the middle or bottom of a division, it does make me wonder if the team kind of rests on their laurels just a little bit to say, hey, we can kind of just depend on some pitching.
Yeah.
Let's not go all out. But no, I think this Chicago White Sox team is not good.
They're not very good. And so we'll write about and cover the action all the way throughout the series at bravestoday.com. He's been Taylor. I'm Zach Blackerby, and this has been the Braves Today podcast.